Hello, welcome to today's immigration tidbit. Does the petition or the person that you are petitioning have a medical problem and you are wondering if they're going to be able to get into the U.S., if it's going to create a problem, if a waiver is available or needed? Well, there are several different situations where someone does have a medical disease, an infectious medical disease in some respects, and they need to apply for the medical waiver. Now, the medical waiver, essentially what that means is you are allowed, even with this disease, to come into the U.S. If a disease is determined to make you inadmissible, then everything else might go fine. Of course, you might not have any crimes, no misrepresentation, no fraud, no deportation orders, nothing, but you still might be inadmissible because of the disease. You might be wondering if you have Alzheimer's or dementia, if you have tuberculosis, if you have AIDS, all of these things, you might be wondering whether you need a waiver or not. So first things first, when having a medical problem, is first you need to find out what the problem exactly is, what the medical diagnosis is. And that's not a diagnosis from, your neighborhood, shaman. It is a medical diagnosis from an MD, from a doctor, with supporting evidence and in writing. Next, you'll need to find out if that medical problem creates the necessity to have to make you inadmissible. If it makes you inadmissible, that's not the end of the road. Now, inadmissible means you're not coming in, okay? But if it is determined that it is inadmissible, the next line of inquiry is whether a waiver can be submitted. And if a waiver can be submitted, you need to put a lot of work into it and make it as strong as possible as to why, even with this medical condition, you should be allowed to come into the United States, and why it is not a danger basically to other people. When my office submits it, it's the attorney cover letter, declarations, affidavits, supporting evidence, medical report, medical declarations, all kinds of stuff. So given that, if you do have a medical problem, you have to go through all of that to determine whether or not you're able to come in, and if so, how you can come in. Okay.